Welcome back to the channel, lads. Check this out. It's finally here, lads, the one you've all been waiting for, bacon and cabbage. The simplest dish you'll ever make. 3 ingredients steeped in tradition, and I'll put it up to any Italian out there to show me a 3 ingredient dish from Italy that's better and more balanced and more delicious than this. Yep, I've said it, I've made that statement. Also, I'm going to show you a luxury parsley sauce version that I made. It's going to be rich, it's going to be delicious, it's going to be simple to make. So stick with me and I'll show you how to do it, and also maybe show you a few different tips and tricks along the way. So first of all, I have my meat here. I'm using a gammon today. Now normally, traditionally, it probably would be made with back bacon, but this is what I got my hands on today, and this will work just fine. Nice bit of fat on it, and it has one of those plastic rims to hold the whole thing together as well. So we're on to a winner for our dinner with this. So next up, I have a pot here of water, and I'm just going to put that ham into the pot. It's not boiling, put it in cold, and then I'm going to bring it up to the boil after that. So close her up for business there, shut that lid, bring it up to the boil until it looks like this. So she's boiling away now, lads. Bring it up to the boil and leave it on this kind of medium kind of boil for about 2 to 2.5 hours. I'm going to go with this one, but what I will do is I'll close it up and I will flip it halfway through. So about 2.5 hours, about an hour into the cooking, just take off the lid and just turn it. I just want to do this to make sure that nice heat and water is penetrating right through to the meat. It's hitting all sections and it's cooking nicely. So once that's flipped, on with the lid, and about a half an hour maybe before the meat finishes cooking, I'm going to get my potatoes on to cook after that. Then next up, the cabbage. What a beautiful ingredient here, lads. Cabbage, robust, healthy for you. It's just unreal. So just cut up that cabbage like this and cut it into quarters, and we're going to cut it into shapes. Now in America, they started using corned beef and cabbage. When the Irish immigrated to America, corned beef was easier for the Irish people to get their hands on, so that's why they use corned beef over there and cabbage, and they usually have that on St. Patrick's Day, the Irish Americans, but in Ireland we use the bacon. Anyway, so this is how it's looking after 2.5 hours. It's looking good, it's looking cooked, and a good way to test it is get your tongs here and just give it a little pinch, and if the meat falls away like this, you're on to a winner for your dinner. And just try a bit, stick it in your mouth, and if you have this sort of reaction here, it's cooked and it's tasting great. So I'm going to get that meat out, put it up on this board, leave it there, just give it a little bit of a feel again just to make sure it's good, feeling good to me. Next up, the ham water. This stuff is liquid gold. If you throw this out in Ireland, you get a €3,000 fine. You have to be paraded through the street and shamed like that scene in Game of Thrones. No, that's only a joke, but don't throw away the cabbage water. It's essential to this dish. So you pour in the cabbage like this and cook it for around 5 to 10 minutes until the cabbage softens like this. And once that's cooked, on to the next step. I'm going to get a bit of Kerrygold here, the best butter in the world officially now as well, and I'm going to put that into my potatoes and give that a nice mash. So it's a nice buttery, salt and pepper as well, of course, and a nice buttery rich mash is what I'm going for here. Mash that up, and this is going to go well with my dinner. This is how it's looking. Give it a little taste. Nice one. Back to the meat here. So I'm just going to cut off that plastic rim there, just give that a little bit of a cut, and then we're going to cut into the meat itself. Let's see how it looks on the inside, and this is how it's looking here, and it's looking really good and it's looking cooked. And it might look a little bit dry here, guys, but trust me, this is going to taste unreal. It's going to pull apart, and that fat is going to taste great as well. Now it's time to serve it up. So I'm going to do my wife's one first, which is the more basic one. So just a bit of ham here, nice bit of ham onto the plate like this, 3 slices of ham. And this ham actually looks like the map of Ireland for some reason. I didn't mean to do that, it was by accident. So 2 scoops of mash here for my wife as well. And then next up, we're going to dish out a bit of that cabbage, and just look at how good that's looked. 3 ingredients on the plate, looking fantastic, all work perfectly together. Now my wife is Scottish, so she gets away with having a bit of brown sauce on this. I know that can be considered a crime to some Irish people. It is Irish brown sauce. And then get that cabbage water, nice little ladle full, and just pour it over the dinner like this. And this is true comfort food, true simplicity, and it just works perfectly every time, guys. So absolutely beautiful. Nice lump of brown sauce there for the missus. She's going to enjoy this. This is my son's one. Very basic. He cleaned the plate, ate every bit of it. Next up, I'm just going to make this luxurious parsley sauce. Now this is going on my own dinner. A lot of people buy the packets back in Ireland, which is an abomination. Do it like this. If you're making bacon and cabbage once in a while, make the sauce yourself. Starting off with a lump of butter, then in with a good bit of flour, about a tablespoon of flour going in here, and just whisk those lumps out and start adding the milk gradually like this until it starts to thicken up. So I have a nice Irish whole grain mustard here, and I'm going to get a big teaspoon of that in there, and I'm going to give that a whisk around as well. Now this is starting to come together very nicely, guys. A little bit of milk going in there as well, and give that another stir. Some salt and pepper. You could throw a bit of the ham water in there if you wanted to, and then finish it off with parsley like this, and just give that parsley a mix around. And just look at this. Luxurious, unbelievable, buttery, creamy, and it tastes like parsley. And this is the parsley sauce you want to be putting on your dinner. So here we have it, lads, the final step to this whole video and to this whole process. Me own dinner, and I'm going to pour the parsley sauce right over it, and just look at that, man. That is a 10 out of 10 bacon and cabbage for me. Absolutely beautiful. And if you like that, please subscribe, like the video, and share it, and I'll see you in the next one. Good luck. Thanks for watching, lads. Please don't forget to extend your finger and push the subscribe button. It's very simple to do. It does help me out. It helps the algorithm grow. And if you want me to do any more Irish videos, just let me know in the comment section. Thanks again for watching. Bacon and cabbage for the win. Hope you enjoyed it. Good luck.